A black screen. No, never mind. I'm just joking with you. It's going to be the map. Dignitas versus Flipside, and it looks like Dignitas will be starting on the CT side here. Knife round has been played out, so we're right into the thick of it, Anders.
Yeah, Kirby picking up a Molotov, pretty cool to try and stop any kind of B-rush. And then we've got Nico also with an HG grenade if that was needed. Smoke coming into the window, you see it popping in there. And actually, AC's already been taken out. That's a strong first kill. And Markolov will do it. First kill of the tournament.
Wow, and I think AC was he was trying to peek underpass, and he had zero support from his teammates either, so it was just like do or die for him. MSL gets headshot down to 1 HP.
Yeah, Nico should have killed the guy playing middle. That was actually a bit of a mistake there. Should have done a lot more.
And now this prompts the gamble. This prompts, I mean, just a big play from Dignitas. They realize they're so far behind, they need to start gambling. They need to try and guess where Flipside are coming from. So they put 2 guys on A, 1 guy in connector, and only 1 guy on that B site right now, although the second was rotating into kitchen, and that's going to help. Wow. Flipside are just going to come pouring out of the apartments now onto the site.
A nice headshot from Pim. Second one as well, but he's out of bullets. Ends up going down. That was so good. Much more than they could ever really hope for. Blade really selling that fake already. The one smoke, especially in the pistol round, really hard to guess that that's not going to be an A push coming out. Kirby will take down Simple and MSL fighting from a distance, but he is on 1 health. The one thing here, no bomb plant, but Blade comes back and heroes it. Takes out MSL. Now it's up to Kirby to try and clutch this, and he is out of bullets. 2 left here. And he's going to go down to World Edit. So a strong start for Flipside. Well played. So in a normal round, if you were to try and fake an A push with having 1 guy throw a smoke on a flashbang, that would be a pretty tough sell, right? Mm-hmm. No one would try and rotate. But in a pistol round, if you do that, it's unlikely the other team's going to be like, all right, you know, that's a big investment. You could use that smoke 100 different places over at B. So that was really well done, especially with the entry frag. Like entry frag plus the 1 smoke. That's enough to sell it, and that probably won them the round.
Yeah, now we actually have another kind of gamble play coming out here from Dignitas, where they decide to go for a stack on the A site with 4, leaving Kirby alone over on that B site to hold it himself. So this is going to be down to whether Flipside actually take the bait and go towards that A site or not. Flipside on the same time, 3 SMGs on their side, so they're kind of going for a bit of a catch-all approach here, where they're like, okay, if you don't go armor, we're going to shred you with these SMGs, but we got a couple of rifles there just in case you've got the helmets.
A bit disappointed that it's not Nico playing B alone with the scout.
Yeah, that's true.
Just because that jump scout position has been known to work quite a few times. I do love the fact they have 2 flashbangs to pop in if they feel like they need to. Not used any of them just yet, but especially where MSL is holding close here, they could go for a pop flash. Now we can tell that no one's there, so it's going to be ineffective even if they do, but still worth the investment.
Yeah, this is looking like it's going to be an A split through Connector and Palace right now. 2 guys here in Palace. This could work out perfectly for Dignitas. They're going to have the 4 guys here. Nico boosted up onto CT, and in the hut, there you go. He can look down into Connector, and he unscopes just at the wrong time, but he does tag up Markolov there. And here you go, taking advantage of that jump angle. Blade rotating in through Connector, and they're going to realize now, wait a second, guys, there's a stack here. It's too late. The damage is done.
Oh, Markolov to go down as well, and it's all on World Edit. 1v3, and he ends up going down. A jumping headshot from Nico in the background. And Dignitas will steal it right back. And I think we just saw a huge highlight of exactly what the problem is having an MP7 and trying to run and gun like that against armored targets. If you're close range, it's different, but that medium range that we're fighting at is just not cool. So now it's going to be the 3rd round coming up here in Flipside. Without the bomb plan, they can't even really try and be cheeky and force up in return. They have to just go for the Glocks here.
Yeah, they're electing to straight up go for the Glocks. Some teams would, you know, even if they were low, they would go for straight Tech 9 Kevlar. Maybe skimp on the helmet.
What's Blade doing in the spawn?
I think, well,
he was looking at the trash, just saying, that's what we were in that round. We were trash.
Oh, oh, that's deep. That's meta. Blade is one of those leaders who will. He is a leader in that term, so he's probably just having that talk with his team, saying, you know, guys, you need to tighten up. We need to keep our cool. And because they have no Kevlar, they can't run through that fire. They would take far too much damage. Kirby trying to get lucky with the HE. It's going to go too deep. Pimp with a headshot. Pimp with another one. And Kirby finally able to pick up a kill. Gets 2 in the end, actually, but no. That wasn't a PT-50. Oops.
Steals a Glock. Maybe he wanted it. Yeah, so I mean, a bit of a shame, obviously, for Flipside that they lost that last round. Didn't get much in the 3rd round here, but now the 4th round coming up, it will be AWP on World Edit, in fact, not on Simple, and then Galil's all around. Pretty early buy, but I like it. I think this is a cool idea. Trying to put the pressure back on Dignitas.
We'll see if they do go for that smoke. There it is. All right, smoke into window at mid. Not expected. Nachi down there, but Simple. It's just a little bit too late. And they are going to succeed in taking up and getting mid-control here, Flipside. That's the aim of this all, basically. Putting 2 guys through underpass to try and flank out if anybody's in connector or window, and then having the guy at top. So they're going to be able to get control here and start to make some... This will allow them to make some choices if they want to go short, or if they want to go for another A-split into connector. MSL pushing down into T-pit like that gets a lot of information, but he spots one there. So this is going to kind of alert Dignitas, or at least keep them on an alert. They have to worry about rotating off of A, because seeing that one guy there could mean that Flipside would wind up on that A site.
Yeah, and he only had the MP7 again, so the damage to Blade is pretty minimal. Whereas, you know, what if he had like a, you know, an M4 shot him in the face or something? A little bit of information either way. 40 seconds left, and the bomb is definitely making its way towards the B bomb site here. But Markov will go down, and that would have been crucial. If they pushed B with Markov still being in connector like that, such an important position. You can hear everyone rotating back, and definitely going to be a big deal. Now, Kebu here with the Khalil, 35 bullets, and they're going to come from his sprays. One, but can't get the second. Flashes go out just to buy time. 25 seconds now. Pimp doing a good job staying alive here. And Flipside missing the smoke just a little bit as well here. Now, Pimp going to get for the kill on Bondik, who had the bomb as well, and World Edit will drop. Nice hold from Pimp with the headshots.
Wow, and yeah, this is really just Pimp. I mean, also extremely painful that smoke, that Flipside failed that smoke, which would have blocked off balcony, which would have rendered Pimp pretty much useless there in that position. He wouldn't have been able to spot anybody, so that would have forced him out to try and fall back to bench, and maybe Flipside can catch him off guard. Instead, because they messed that smoke up, basically Pimp is sitting here, he's able to just shut them down at will. Gets 2 headshots. Pimp is really locking onto the headshots right now, actually. His rating must be pretty good right now. But yeah, beginning of the match, right? So we'll see how that develops throughout. Yeah,
no armor either on World Edit in that round, so one tab with the M4A1 was all it took, and he was gone. It's going to be the 5th round coming up. So Deagle on Simple, which I do like, and he actually will take down MSL. So you gotta put some pressure on. So here's the difference. If you're playing a best of 3, and you're off to a pretty bad start like Flipside sort of are now, you can be a little bit more relaxed. But if you're playing a best of 1 like this, you have to sort of go all in. So I'm expecting, I mean, Flipside, I don't think they're panicking yet, but at some point they have to make some tough decisions and try and go for something crazy. Because otherwise they are just slowly going to get, you know, locked out of the match. You've only got this one map to play.
Exactly, that's the whole thing with the best of 1 format like this. Very little room for error. Blade will be able to best KB in the murder hole, and actually this is a very good eco round coming out here from Flipside. 3 kills so far. Blade with 45 seconds left and the bomb as well, so he's got some options. He could potentially catch the man out on short, and he will do just that. Going for the tap, goes for the spray, gets the headshot on the last bullet. So there you have it. Bit of a lucky break there for Blade, but he makes it work.
I don't know why it looks so much more ridiculous when you hit the last bullet headshot, but that looked really funny. Look at that, he's tracking all the way back. We should try and time it. How much time does it actually take to jump out of the window, run underpass, and all the way back to A? That's a really... I mean, you can tell he's going to make it here, but that is such a long trek. And I think actually he may have even gone further than that, but yeah, that's about 20, 30 seconds.
Oh, and he's going to plant safe as well, so Nico won't even be able to deny this. Nico now knows that it's going to be the A site. Still elects to stick with the scout, but one shot from the scout right now onto no Kevlar would be just fine, so not a bad choice for Nico.
He's got the smoke, so, I mean, if he smokes up apartments, Blade is going to have a pretty tough time. There is a kit as well. Could make a big difference, but that clock is already ticking away. Nico, he's going to smoke the bomb instead and just try and sit inside Blade. Ready and waiting outside. He's not even buying it. He could just panic and shoot for the smoke here, but instead, he's going to go for it. Nico dropping the flashbang, and Blade is there for the clutch with the triple kill. What a round here from the Flipside leader. That was a huge round.
That was magnificent. Just getting pick after pick, catching Dignitas off guard, and then with the gamble at the end, just managing to pull that off perfectly. Not a whole lot that Nico could do, especially if he's just like sitting in the smoke like that. This kill right here is the key one, but that's why we call it the murder hole, man. If you're caught, it's so difficult to actually, like 9 times out of 10, you're gonna die in the position that Kyotobi was in. And this is just fantastic here from Blade, just doing everything right. So that's going to set Dignitas back somewhat. They're going to have the money to buy, but Simple just annihilates Nico.
No, what just happened?
Nico was jumping, and Simple hits him midair.
No, I think Simple was jumping. No way.
That couldn't possibly be like a jump shot from that distance. No.
If he just did an AWP jump shot, we're going to have to report him right away. No.
There's no way.
My eyes must have been deceiving me.
It must have been somebody else. Somebody else jumping. I don't know. Like, there's no way that Simple lands that. If he does, it's like astronaut. Like, go buy a lottery ticket right now.
No, you can jump with the AWP. It's just that I think it's like 1 in 7, 6 bullets that are going to be somewhat like near the center. I've tried for a long time to see if it's possible, but it is just so unreliable. But There's no way. MSL gonna go for a quick flick, and that's a nice grenade as well to start it off with, but Bondik with a swift return. The bomb is dropped though. Rotation coming in quick from the Dignitas side here, and World at about half health as well. That's gonna be a kill there on AC, and Kirby trying to spray down, but they're all around him. He's gonna get overwhelmed. All on Pimp now. 1v3. Not sure he can easily come out of this one. Maybe he could just do a little bit of damage. He's already taken one orb away, but if he can take the other one, that would be huge. Does do the damage here, but he's getting flanked as well. Takes out Bondik and then get dropped by Simple, who picks up a triple and ties the score at 3-3.
Yeah, I think his goal there was basically to get that kill onto Bondik. Basically get one more kill and then back off and save his rifle. Make sure that only 2 players were surviving for Flipside so that their money would take a big hit. One of them would have had to full buy, but we're going to get it to see it.
Oh my God. What?
He actually jump ops him. I don't even know, dude.
I swear I saw that as well. Oh my God, Simple. He goes down at the beginning of this round with a headshot. He could retire from this game right now, and I would still be pleased with his performance. That is so absurd. All right, we found the next level here. Right, already in this tournament, we found the next level. World Edit Blade picking up a couple of kills. Kirby in the background. That's a lot of damage being dealt out. One more click would have killed Bondik, and probably Dignitas would win the round right here. But now it's a little bit off for grabs. Still a 2v2. And AZ. Double kill currently.
They have 2 guns to work with. I mean, they have Nico with the AWP now. So they should be able to plant safe without him being able to do much about it. And they're going to come down to the retake situation here with that bomb getting planted. Nobody peeking on Nico. So unfortunately for him, his patience not really getting paid off here. World Edit will be able to catch the tag, well, the tag basically, and the kill on AC, who was going for a shoulder peek. But with no Kevlar, really tough for AC to get anything done. And now Nico, 1v2. He knows a crossfire has been established on him. If he tries to run out here, it's going to be so difficult. He's just trying to get lucky, basically, and catch somebody being impatient on Flipside.
Yeah, that's about the best he could do, right? I mean, that AWP is so valuable as well. If someone did get impatient like this, maybe he gets to catch the kill and try for the retake, but they wait a long time until it's basically too late. Nice flick there from Nico. Not going to get the second one. Bondik will die, but still well worth it for Flipside. Pretty good round there. I mean, Dignitas, they did a lot of damage, which is going to keep the economy though on the T side. That's the bonus. They themselves don't have a lot of money either. It's kind of still tricky, and I feel like Flipside are... they're doing a really good job T-side right now. Yeah,
it's a bit touch and go. Got to give it to Kirby, though, with the USP managing to do all that damage and nearly getting a second kill as well on that B site. That was still, I mean, a lot of this is coming down to straight up aim from Dignitas. You know, when they're making this close, they're just doing incredible things with the rifles, with the pistols, etc. Nico, once again in the same position, holding a connector, looking towards top mid.
That second kill of B would have been the round. I think Dignitas,
pretty much.
That would have been a 3v1 at that point. And they had the rifles, as you were saying, so definitely would have worked out. Now, let's see. Flipside, it's pretty much a standard spread coming out right now, making sure they don't get flanked anywhere at all. Like, it's impossible for Dignitas to push aggressively right now. I do like this from Pimp, although Markolov has spotted it out. Smoke goes off, and Markolov just unloads, but not going to hit anything much. And Dignitas they are being pretty aggressive, or trying to be. And Flipside are set up well for it.
Yeah, and Pimp will get caught eventually, and that was still through the smoke. Markolov, he got really lucky there, and he does manage to get it. That's intuition at work right there, but a bit of a trade through, and he lives with half HP. Man advantage now for Flipside. And once again, Flipside, they're really taking their time with it. There isn't anything that's truly aggressive from their play. They're just calmly holding, waiting for Dignitas to make the mistake, for Dignitas to cave under the pressure, essentially. Because it is true, Dignitas, they're still trying to find their way here on this map, so they might be feeling a little bit more nervous than usual, and that could lead to some mistakes.
AC will get a kill, and there's Kirby picking up Markolov, so now they're a man up. MSL hiding in shadows, going to be a long spray down there, which is so dangerous. That actually gets him killed at the end here. Bondik will go down, though, and now it's all on Simple. 1v2 clutch here. 10 seconds left to try and get the bomb or get the kills, and now he has to commit to the bomb any second now. He can't fake it either. He has to hold it down, and they know they're just going to come and pick him off here. That's the big problem. Nicely played by Dignitas there. Triple kill for AZ, but, I mean... I still think the M4A1 is a really, really good weapon in so many ways, but the part of the problem is, if you spray like that and you use the first 13 bullets to kill one target, killing the secondary target is going to be so hard, and in that position there will always be 2 targets to kill.
The problem is that because Flipside the round before was so close, they had no money going into the last round, and so they're on eco here, hard eco in fact. So nice damage actually going out onto Nico in mid-window like that, but AC is here to clean up. He's going to pick up 2 from Connector and then 3 charging up underpass right now for Flipside, but the bomb is still dropped top mid, so they're going to have to go there eventually to pick that up. That's if they're allowed to, essentially. AC is just hunting him down merciless right now. He's got a quad. He's going to get the ace as well. No, he's not. Pimp. Pimp robs him.
Oh, man.
Come on, Pimp.
Yeah.
That's uncalled for.
They didn't need to do that. But either way, it's, I mean, on the plus side, Dignitas come out of that round without losing anybody. So, flip side, going to be able to buy simple, no AWP this time around. And he does go for the AK, so wondering if he was going to go Galil and then a bunch of grenades instead. That could sometimes be a worthy trade-up. I mean, Galil's not that bad. It's obviously no AK, but the added grenades can be a big bonus.
It's like some players, yeah, some players are just like, it's like the FAMAS. You know, when you mention the FAMAS, it's almost as if you insulted their mother. It's just like, I'm never, ever going to use that gun.
Never again. Oh, MSL having a tough fight here. 10 bullets left. Nico and Pimp, though, picking up kills left and right with a double up set up here and AC to follow it up. So, if nothing else, MSL managed to keep them occupied over at ramp for a long time, even though he could have maybe got a kill there. And AC going to pick up 1 and the triple once again. AC just coming out hugely on top in these rounds. And that will make it 6-4, with AC currently dropping 16 kills in 11 rounds. My God.
Yeah, he's starting to just completely come apart here. And the big thing now is that Dignitas, again, it's relying a lot on individual play like this. I mean, that was also a great play by MSL to run into pit. That, you're right, you know, that did slow things down quite a bit for Flipside. That messed things up and allowed for Dignitas to rotate in. But then when it comes to the cleanup, you got Pimp, you got AC. These guys are just slapping Flipside around right now.
Ooh.
So,
well, here comes the rush.
oh, but this is a fake. Look at this. It's an old mouse sports style fake. 4 guys go charging out onto this B site, and then there's the free plant. Simple was waiting in Palace. They have no idea. That's perfect. How often do we get to see that work?
Look, do they know? They're still checking.
They still have no idea.
Finally, they realize something has gone horribly wrong. Gotta head back to the site now. There's a Tech9 waiting for him. They have 3 kits, so it's not like they're gonna be in a lot of trouble. That's a nice flick from Nico. Seal the deal. But look how long that takes them. That is actually really scary.
I just love the fact that, yeah, you gotta run all the way back. I just love that. The fact, then you might lose a couple seconds as well, having to go through the murder hole if you're going through CPL like that. So you could tag on a couple, but yeah, that's it's not every day that we actually see that work where everybody rotates off the A site when they see that B rush come in. Usually you have teams, they'll leave one guy behind no matter what until you spot that bomb. You do not leave the bomb site. For that very reason right there, you could get a ninja plant.
Yeah, beautiful round from Flipside, really. And there's World Edit. Taking out Nico. No jumping action this time, which is obviously disappointing, but Simple there to clean it up. And Kiebu is gone. That was an attempt at some top mid control coming out from Dignitas, but Flipside seems so well prepared for it. Like, a couple of rounds now, they've been really, really defensive. This time, when they actually are in the middle, they are there with 3 people in the beginning, and there's World Edit instantly returning on MSL.
Yeah, that's the important bit. That instant return, and then the man on short is going to be able to best him. That's Pimp, and Pimp nearly takes out Blade as well. Markaloff trying to find the angle, and he's not going to get there fast enough. Pimp able to back off in time and save on that site. Smoke goes down to block off Pimp, however, and now it comes down to a risky decision for him. Does he decide to push through or not? There's going to be Markaloff waiting, but Markaloff dropped down from Delpan, so he's not going to be able to look up onto short. So no punish going on to Pimp.
Oh, AC has had a couple of triple kills in this bomb site, but now they really need him to step it up. And there's so many angles for him to cover as well. Goes for the kill there on Bondix. Got 9 bullets left, and there's just too many angles for him to hold. Pimp waiting for Markaloff here, and Markaloff is cleverly trying to hide in that corner there. 4 bullets left on Pimp. Currently pistols out instead. He's got the Molotov, but if he tries to throw it, it could go horribly wrong. But there it is. Finally just runs in, picks up the AK, and this Molotov could kill Blade right here.
He's going to choose the wrong angle there. Unfortunately, that Molotov's going to go off to the right. That clears it for him. Pimp still dancing. Blade just trying to play the bomb, but he jumps out into the open.
Yeah, just worried at the end that he was going to get somehow locked in there. Maybe he didn't know that Pimp didn't have any more grenades. Maybe he thought there was another one coming. Either way, 17, 3, and 7 now for Pimp, actually doing incredibly well. It's really AC and Pimp who are just carrying Dignitas on over here, and I think, I mean, if they can keep Flipside on 4 rounds for this first half, that's a very good basis for playing the second half of Mirage as well. They should be able to pick up the rest of the rounds on T-side then.
That was a fantastic round from World Edit as well. I mean, the 2 kills to start, That was just big. Pimp manages to make it out of there, though, and Pimp is later on, well, he goes on to clutch the round. So, like you said, man, individual performance is key right now for Dignitas, essentially, and Pimp is just going above and beyond.
Well, I mean, initially I thought it wouldn't be. I really thought that this would be more of sort of a teamwork, you know, effort coming out from Dignitas. And Flipside, actually, Flipside seemed to be playing more of a team game right now than Dignitas do, which I thought it would be opposite.
But that's the thing. With Mirage right now, Dignitas, they don't have the experience as a team on the map. So it is coming down to this is their one saving grace, essentially, is that you have players of this caliber that can step up at any time and just start having an impact on the game their own way, where it's just like, get all the kills, and it doesn't matter if I'm in the right position or not, I'm still going to kill you. And so that's what's really, you know, bringing it together here for Dignitas. And we'll see if Flipside, I mean, we're not done yet. There's still 3 rounds left to be played in this half. So Flipside can turn this around. If they can finish this 9-6, if they can get 2 out of the 3 remaining rounds here, Flipside, that would be fantastic. If they win this round right now, this should put Dignitas on eco, though. So this could be big.
Let's see. Cool smoke coming from underpass up to catwalk there. World Edit being allowed to just walk through the gap, and AC timing. Oh, Whoa. It was perfect, but Simple is just so fast. That is mind-blowing. He should have been gone there. AC had the perfect timing, pretty much.
Oh, and Blade, he saw him. He spotted MSL, gets the headshot, and clears up this A site. But action B, they still decide to go towards the B site because there's only 15 seconds left on this clock. Kirby gets 1, Pimp does as well. And now it's the remaining 2 members here. I mean, Flipside, they have to go for a plant. They had to find Nico, and Simple's actually going to get that wall bang through the bench.
Wow. There's Pimp going down after picking up the 1 kill. Simple with the triple. Nico actually trying to play the clock then. That's not a bad idea. With 9 seconds left, if Nico jumps in, kills the guy with the bomb, and they just... I mean, if he jumps around like a crazy person, if they take just another 2 seconds to kill him, that's it. The round is over. So it wasn't, I think, Nico falling asleep in the bomb site. That was an attempt to just try and win the round based on the clock. Not such a bad idea. But Flipside will pick it up. They make it to 5 rounds. And 5 rounds could technically be enough playing T-side here. I mean, it's not great, but it's doable. Kjaerbye trying to push up middle again. Dignitas really wanting this this aggressive mid take. I think it's a good idea, but it hasn't worked for them so far. And this time it won't either. World Edit crushing Kjaerbye there.
Well, that was a sick shot by World Edit. That is just prediction, spotting him out. Now, once again, man advantage now for Flipside. This is where it gets very ugly here. Simple is going to be able to push through. They don't have the flash. MSL this time not so lucky with his pit play. He's going to get picked up. Simple, however, lags behind just a second. That's going to be enough, and AC gets a headshot onto Bondic. So they bring it back to a 3-on-3 here, again off the back of AC, and a sick double kill. Just individual performance making all the difference right now for the Danes.
Yeah, it really does. So both AC and Pimp are still alive, the 2 top fraggers. Pimp is far away in the B-bomb site with the Molotov, and the rest of A here don't have any grenades left, whereas Flipside do. In fact, 2 smokes and a Molotov is quite good if you want to try and take this. So maybe they could zone out AC just a little bit, force him out into the open. Nico is going to go down. AC looking for a 3rd kill in his triple, but not going to happen this time. He gets shut down, and it's on Pimp to try and clutch it.
Yeah, that was the key play there. Markov coming up from connector made it an untenable position essentially for AC. Now Pimp.
Yeah, they saw him already.
You got to know exactly. He tries to peek out. Just putting shots through, and he's not going to get lucky this time. So 8-6, and now it gets awkward here. State of the money. Still a couple of them. I'm actually surprised. Dignitas had quite a bit more money than I thought they did. Considering a lot of these rounds have been coming down to 1v1s, 2v2s, you know, that doesn't leave you, that shouldn't leave you a lot of bank to work with. But Dignitas, again, Pimp is going to be able to get reasonably well equipped here. And AC does have a FAMAS to work with. So fairly decent buy coming out from Dignitas. Much better than I thought.
Yeah, a bit of a lack of teamwork in that 2v3 over at the A-bomb side. I mean, Pimp couldn't really do much. He was a B, but the 2 A players actually didn't help each other a lot. So that's a bit of a shame as well from Dignitas. Now they have to win this round. Flipside are going to be fine with 6 rounds. If it goes even further than this, then I think the Danish team is going to be in some trouble here.
I agree.
But look at it. I mean, 3 5.7s, 1 FAMAS, and 1 M4. It could have been worse, that's true, but right now they need to make something work. And I'm almost you know, they've been playing aggressively a couple of rounds. This is the sort of round I wish they would play aggressive on, just because when you throw pistols, just staying put could be a little bit tricky.
Yeah, it comes down to angles like this one that Kjaerbye is holding now up in B apartments.
Yeah.
It's just like cross your fingers and hope that they're focused on balcony, that they're focused somewhere else, that they're not going to spot you. So we'll see if he gets lucky. I mean, the bomb is still waiting up there in B apartments for Flipside. 40 seconds left now to work with in this round. There's 2 guys over on the A side, and I think that's just a diversion. Probably trying to set up with some nades over there, trying to make it a little bit confusing for Dignitas as to where this push is going to come through. Bondic actually is going to lead the charge, and he's going to be the diversion over here. Pop flash, Bondic turns away in time. However, he's still keeping them over here, though. He's still got 2 guys holding on this A site where the push is going to be on B, and Kirby does take out Markelov. Yeah,
big kill from Kirby. That really makes a big difference here. Pistol versus rifle. Pimp, though, in the kitchen, trying to see if he can make it out. Does land a great headshot there. Picks up one. MSL with the kill by Pimp, finally going down. And AC going to pick up Blade. It's all on Simple here. 1v3, 7 health left, and 6 seconds. He's going to go down. Nice round from Dignitas, and AC ends up at 22. Pimp on 20 kills. Really, really big first half for them. But they needed more. They needed the teamwork to really have a great first half. As it is now, I think Flipside have a really decent chance of winning this best of 1.
Yeah, and you can tell, I mean, with how, I mean, it's not like morose. They definitely don't look too excited over on Dignitas' side right now. I mean, look at Pimp right there. The face kind of tells the story. None of them, like, there's no backslapping or cheering going on here. Even then he kind of grins. It's all just focus coming out from Dignitas, because they know now they have to take this 1 round at a time, just try and work their way back into this game. Au fur et à mesure. So we're looking at Pimp, who you have their second man from the right, and AC, who's on the other side with that long, luscious hair. I mean, it's going to come down to those guys again, because they're both sitting above 20 frags, whereas 2 of their teammates right now are in the low, like they're in the low single digits. We need those teammates essentially to start stepping it up and getting the kills.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, on the flip side, it's Simple with 14 kills. We did sort of say he was going to be an important part of it, but the rest of flip side, they're not that far behind, and they're all really consistent. So everyone has been stepping it up. There's no one who's had like a horrible, lackluster performance here. It's all pretty good. I mean, doing what they needed to do to win 6 rounds, that's great. 6 rounds is perfectly fine for them. I mean, it doesn't leave Dignitas out in the cold, but flip side, you know, sure, they're at 6-9, but if they win that pistol round, then they're way ahead, basically. They're going to be able to just kind of close things out. And you have flip side now on your screen. Blade, of course, the leader for the team, the one who calls the shots. He's already just talking, making sure that these guys are going to understand what they need to do in the next round. Bondic there in your foreground with World Edit sitting to his right. And that's what it's going to come down to now, basically. These guys are going to have to show that some of that individual performance that we've seen from Pimp and AC, because the one strong thing is that AC was over on the A side, Pimp was on the B side, so wherever Flipside went, there was this kind of powerful fragger that they had to deal with first before they could actually get onto that site, right? Now we have to see if these guys are going to be able to do the same thing. You got Simple there with the cap. I mean, he's top fragging right now, but he's also the focus for the team. He does so much for this team at so many times. I don't know if it's the cap or what it is, but he does look like he has like a certain amount of swag, doesn't it? Like, he just looks
a certain amount of swag. Like the way you put that as well, it's just like clinical, you know, like, oh yes, his swag level, you know, reasonable, yes.
Yeah, I would judge it to a good like 80 to 85% swag at this point. I mean, especially with the jumping AWP, that's ridiculous. Come on.
That's some frag reel stuff.
No, that's not like some, that's like the frag wheel at this point.
But it's also just like incredible dumb luck. I mean,
somebody go back and watch the VOD, and the smile that he throws, like when I said swag, it was the smile that I was thinking about with a cab. Just screenshot that, then put it into a video of him jumping, and then it transitions into that smile. That's all we need. Jump AWP into that smile. That's what I need.
Go collect karma now.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. 2 smokes being picked up on the Dignitas side. They're already running towards A, so I think everyone can tell what's coming up here from the Danish team. And flip side, they're not actually in a great position for this, because they're going to be facing Glocks. If this was a rifle round, sure. But Glocks, there are so many of them coming around this corner. Flip side have to have nothing but perfect headshots for these 2 positions to work.
Yeah, if they can drop that pit play, though, the bomb is going to be waiting there. There's a setup. Flash through, actually. Bondic getting flashed. That's not going to help. Blade, he's hung out to dry. 2 guns there. And now Bondic does get the first headshot. World Edit is there as well. But Bondic gets overwhelmed by Pimp, who wraps around. And they've got the bomb now again, Dignitas.
Yeah, well, coming up from CT spawn, Simple with a really good pick-off, then looking for a 1-click on someone else in the background. They're a man up flip side. They might, in fact, be doing this. And now it's a 2v2 as Pimp is going to take down Markelov with a stolen USPS. They've got plenty of time, Dignitas, and I like the fact that they're slowing this down to a crawl and just saying, let's wait and see if they do something stupid here. Simple, though, not a bad move to pick off Pimp, clicking him away. It's going to be down to AC, sort of stuck in the background here, and now he's down to 20 health as well. Simple, looking for the triple, is going to get it with a headshot as well. And that's flip side now at 9-7, and a very good start indeed. The fact that they went for the counter flash or the pop flash into pit there or into slope was really important, because if they don't do that, you saw what happened to the first guy trying to come around the corner. He missed his headshots and just got out-glocked.
I thought that was a setup from Flipside, however.
Yeah, what's Flipside doing the pop flash in?
Doing the pop side.
Yeah,
so then that's actually them bungling it, because Bondic walks in, the timing was off because he got flashed and then he wasn't of any support to Blade.
Yeah, but I think it would have been even worse if they hadn't done that. I think they would have been completely overrun if they hadn't done that.
They might have caught them throwing the smokes, though, because those two guys down there are actually throwing those smokes.
Yeah, it could have been.
So it's a really rough. I mean, that was just kind of a lucky break there for Flipside, in my opinion.
Oh, Bondic picking off 2 kills then, but MSL and Kiev are actually returning, and they steal those from Masters Away. Could they get the bomb down? That would be a huge round. It already is a huge round here for Dignitas. The smoke, Pimp trying to hide in it, playing around it, nearly takes out Markolov, but not quite, leaving Kiev and MSL. Simple going to shoot one in the back, which means MSL is now, or Kiev is now the last man standing here. Good shot there. Can't pick up the second one, though. So that's a huge round from Dignitas, though. 3 kills and a bomb plant. And that is going to make it a little bit tougher for Flipside going into the next couple of rounds, just because now they got to play flawlessly here.
Yeah, Flipside basically now, while Dignitas shouldn't be able to buy up in the next round, they should be around 3,000. So yeah, it's if they want to, they can. And if it was like Envy, I'd be like, there's a real risk of them going for this. And instead, what they're going to do is they kind of go halfway, where they're like, okay, we've made a little bit of extra money now, so we can go ahead and invest in like a 5-7. We can drop a grand, 1,150 if you're Kirby, right? We can drop a, like 1,350 and just say like, yeah, we'll go halfway on this, because in the next round we'll have enough money to go for the rifles, to go for the nades. So Dignitas are kind of going halvesies here.
Well, how much money, if we bring up the scoreboard, how much money have Dignitas got left?
They're all floating around the 2K. So this is like them just saying, yeah, we got the plant, we'll just spend that bonus plant money basically.
And Pimp with the dualies, of course.
Yeah, he's like he's just making that happen. Like he is really trying to force it. It's like pure force of will at this point.
Oh, Markolov very close to C jumps here, and he's gonna end up going down the dualies. They do at least get the 1 kill there. Now it's on Nico and MSL. Try and get the bomb down here. MSL taking a long fight. It's not going to be a bomb plant, and only the 1 kill, so definitely not worth the investment here for Dignitas. Yeah. But as you said, it was sort of half-seas, and it's not the end of the world. It means they can still go for a buy here, including Nico. Kind of doing what WorldEdit was doing in the first half, going unarmored AWP.
The straight-up glass cannon. I mean, Markolov actually came in big there, because that was a really awkward position for him, but at least he got 1 kill, right?
The thing to do now is to go in middle and jump AWP, shoot them here. Just you have to just prove that you can do it too.
Oh, it's not going to happen. AC though, man, nade damage onto him drops him down to half. You got that aggressive smoke short coming out from Flipside, or smoke on short rather. Simple trying to boost up, and he's going to get caught up by MSL. Gets a little greedy there with the play, trying to find an angle, and Dignitas, they were aware that that was possible. They pick him off. So now, all of a sudden, things are looking a little grim here for Flipside. A man advantage for Dignitas is so important.
That was a Kenny-esque type move. Jumping up on the railing back there.
Yeah.
Something that Kenny likes doing a lot. With an AWP, admittedly, but it's still pretty damn cool. 2 opening frags in favor of Dignitas. As WorldEdit and Simple do go down. And actually, I think we did talk about this during the introduction, but actually Dignitas is a team that sometimes do a lot better on T side than they do CT side. They tend to have some pretty good T side lockdowns.
Which is true, which is basically the big benefit of having MSL in the lineup since he joined up. They have done better on T side. It's just a question of experience on this map. But so far, it's like put Pimp in a position where he's going to be able to get kills, and he's delivered this entire map long. Yeah,
it really has. And another victim getting caught in the murder hole. Then just the timing could not possibly be worse. And Markolov will be left here.
But this isn't too bad a situation, because at least in the last round, 4 players lived for Flipside, so it shouldn't be the end of the world for them here. They should actually have enough money to do something.
Also, I mean, Markolov is in the kitchen. He's got pots and pans. He's got a Molotov if he wants to cook something off. I don't know if it's going to...
He's a support player, right? He's got to make sure his team is fed.
Make some lunch for next round.
Exactly. Now, guys, did you get breakfast? Did you get breakfast? Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, Blade. Oh, well. I know you're trying to lead us to glorious victory and everything, but you can't do that on an empty stomach.
Markolov's on 1 health, and yeah, I hope they feel prepared for this upcoming round, because now the score is actually back in Dignitas' favor at 10-9. And Flipside, they save the 1 rifle. They do buy out for the rest of them here. They have enough for that, but if they start losing now, it's gonna get really ugly. So yeah, get that baguette and let's go.
They actually have some pretty tasty baguettes in the lobby. Had that ham butter cornichon.
That's one of the big benefits of being in France, isn't it?
Oh man, I know, I love it.
Early damage being put into World Edit. Nico trying to sneak up, but he ends up going down, though. They realize someone's back there, and Pimp tries to jump down. He's actually going to get Kirby killed, and MSL will get another one to follow up. So now it's a 2v2. AC and MSL still alive here. Simple and Markolov on the other side. And plenty of time for the Dignitas team.
We need to see where MSL is holding from. He should be up on short. Yeah, there you go. He's looking into jungle right now. This is the really interesting thing as well, and it's kind of a textbook play from Dignitas. They tend to put those 4 guys over either in pit, split them up between apartments and pit, and then have just MSL. MSL's like the lurk role, basically. He goes out into mid and kind of just hangs out, and that worked out perfectly this time. Makes the jump into window, and so now he may be in a position to get into the back line, but instead he's looking for the man holding towards electric connector, and there's nobody there right now for MSL, so this is going to come down a lot to Markolov, basically, who spots him out, so that's a lot of information gained there. Markolov with a key frag, but he hangs around too long, and AC is there to pick him up.
Simple, completely flashed there for a second. AC planning right in front of him, ends up going down. Double kill for Simple. AC, that's a big risk to take, but it's hard. He doesn't know where Simple is at that point.
And what happens, and also it's just MSL kills the man in CT. So he's like, there's not going to be 2 guys in CT.
Yeah.
One of them is going to be somewhere else, right? So he goes for the CT plant. Unfortunately for them, they doubled up over there. So that was a bit of a lucky break there for Flipside.
It's going to bring it back 2-2. Also, the time that Dignitas spent just waiting around, it's also sort of, I mean, it's not a really powerful fake, but it's a way to make Flipside doubt if whether or not they've walked back to B or not. And maybe they could have caught them rotating back in. It wasn't Pimp was in the window room. He could have maybe caught them rotating back. Well, Flipside did a good job just staying put. Leg shot out from Simple there. And a lot of aggression coming out here in this eco round from Dignitas, but not a lot of result.
World Edit doing a bit of a double take there. That actually allows Kirby to pick up 2 kills with that Tech 9. 4 HP left as well. And he's going to hightail it, but he's not going to make it out. Just barely fails to make it around the corner there to safety. Simple. Wow. With the chase down, and there we go. There's just enough money here for Dignitas to get a good buy on the board, so they're going to go for that after that round of eco. But flip side, they still lost 2. That's the important bit. Losing 2, and did they lose the op? No, Simple must have it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So it was only rifles that they ended up losing. Flip side, that is.
Yeah, pretty important, though. I mean, you can tell on their scoreboard here that they don't have a lot of money. Looks like this is going to be a fairly fast execute towards the B-bomb site, which is going to spell a lot of trouble for Markolov here. The Molotov to try and buy a little bit of time, follow up with a couple of more grenades, actually just throwing all his grenades here in the space of a couple of seconds. And now Dignitas, they're going to come charging through. Oh, and the flashbangs are perfect. Simple already picking off Pimp and picks a second kill as well. Markolov drops the bomb up there, and Simple is on fire. That's a 3rd kill now coming in. It's Kirby, last man standing. Simple going to miss the shot, but Kirby ends up going down anyway here. World Edit to come in and clean it up. And wow, what a round. That looked like it was the perfect start there. That flashbang onto Markolov, that should have set them up nicely. Yeah. They didn't count on Simple being a maniac. And being in the right place at the right time so quickly, basically, there to save Markolov as well, because Markolov was a dead man as soon as he swapped out, as soon as he ran out of bullets and tried to drop off balcony, he was going to get caught, or when he was caught on balcony there, trying to just crouch there, and Simple was there to save the day, keep him alive. So important there. That was really touch and go, but sometimes that's how rounds are. It's just like just split seconds. It's all the time you have to play with. And now it's going to go for balcony, pit split, and Bondik is just like, well, I'll take all those kills, thanks. Yeah, nice triple from Bondik. And Simple's dropping 28 kills right now in the game. He's just 2 away from a 30 bomb. Yeah, he's gone so far to passing up. He's passed both of the Dignitas members who were top fragging. AC and Pimp have slowed down somewhat there. Look at that. AC with 24, Pimp with 24. They finished the half with around, what, 22 apiece, 23 apiece? So they really haven't had much of an impact on the T side. No, now it's getting really rough. This is Flipside now, 3 rounds away from taking a victory, and Simple taking out MSL. This guy is a monster. But this is why I'm so worried about Flipside in the future. What happens when they need to try and swap things around and Simple can't play in the tournament? They're losing one of their heaviest hitters. I mean, the guy who's making everything happen for them here on the CT side. I've already said it must be possible to just buy him a new identity and get him unbanned that way. Like, how can they prove it him? If he's got like a new social security ID or whatever, like, you know, how can they prove it's him? Face off? Yeah, exactly. There we are. That's the key. That's the answer. But should he swap out with Nicolas Cage? It would be fun. The internet would love it. Well, the one true god playing in CS, it'd be too fitting. Look at Simple. He's not even scared. He just keeps running up like this. Gonna get the pick kill on Pimp. He's so incredibly aggressive. I mean, the similarities between him and some of the other top AWPers is definitely there. The sort of completely unquestioning confidence in his own ability and just super aggressive style. Kirby and Nico are left, and they gotta be wondering what just hit them.
Well, that puts him up on 30 kills now, so he'll be pleased about that result. But Kirby with the lurk up on this. Wow, and he gets wallbanged down by Bondic holding from CT. And now Nico all by his lonesome. 20 seconds left. Does he catch Blade peeking? Yes, he does, but he misses the flick shot. Now he's going to back off and try and hold onto his gun. He's got 15 seconds left. He has no time to get onto a bomb site. Yeah, making his way in here. Going to roll up in his house, in his palace. Nico's the king.
I don't think he feels like a king right now, and I'm not sure why he's playing this aggressively. That's really scary, but he will survive. Again, with that armor and everything else. That saved AWP basically has to save them in return now. It has to be a huge round here for Dignitas. But how do you stop Simple at this point? I don't know.
Yeah, but this is the confidence, right? And you have 2 rounds. Well, you have 2 rounds basically where you need to just shut them down.
He's got a kill-death ratio of 2 at the moment.
Yeah, he's insane. He's completely out of control. CT side as well. Now he's got the aggressive peek into pit. Nobody there to go for that peek quite yet. It's going to be Kirby leading the way, however, and they've rotated off. So good timing here by Dignitas. This is perfect for them. Their best shot yet at getting onto a site.
Yeah, good opening. Bondic is down. Smokes are up as well. That Molotov is going to be planted here. Himself taking actually a lot of fire damage, but it goes through anyway. Blade to sort of equalize and make it a 4v4. And now all of Flipside are here, ready for the retake, holding all the way from behind this Pimp, so they're going to know that nobody's coming from behind. Going to give a lot more focus to Dignitas, I think, in trying to prevent this defuse from going through. Markolov looking for some sort of opening. Going to put up some really good smokes here, but a nice flick from Nico will take down World Edit, drops Markolov as well. Nico finally replying. It's been a long time, but here it finally comes. Pimp and AZ with a kill each, and that's going to be 11-14. So really good round from Dignitas there.
But look at the operas, basically. You've got Simple for Flipside dropping 30, and then you've got Nico dropping 9. 2 of those frags happened in the last round as well.
Yeah.
Like, we need to see more from Nico. He needs to be stepping up his game right now and trying to help, because it's still AC and Pimp getting a kill apiece, so that brings them up to 25. But like, it's the rifles that are doing the work right now for Dignitas. The op is just not present.
No, not the way that it should be. And the response from Flipside is a double up, and World Edit is no slouch either. He's lightning fast as well. And we'll take down Kirby. AC trying to see if he can push up just to get a little bit closer. I mean, this A push worked the last time, so they're just going to try and replicate it. But Flipside aren't playing like last time. They're not playing close to Shadows or Pit. They're far back with the orbs and taking him out. They're Simple dropping 1, and he's going to jump through the smoke. No scope, going to miss, but he's still fighting, and there it is. Takes down Nico, will drop to Pimp finally, but it is way too late.
He's completely out of control. Who does that?
This is like JW on steroids, essentially. Like, what is going on?
It's almost like I want to say, Kenny, are you watching? Are you taking notes right now? Because this kid right now, he's just beasting. I mean, he certainly did not lose his confidence after the big patch that basically, neutered the op. Simple showing that, hey, I'm still capable of playing. I'm still capable of doing what I want.
Wow. Pimp now in a 1v4 here. And this is going to be map point, essentially, for Flipside. Being a best of 1 and in the first game of the group stage here, this is a big blow to Flipside, or to Dignitas if they end up losing it like this.
Talk about a shot to the confidence. All right, well, there we go. Bondic to get that final kill onto Pimp. 15 rounds now, map point for Flipside. Oh, we could say match point. Too used to best of 3s here, but this is match point, essentially, for Flipside now.
What I'm really impressed by, because we did sort of predict that Simple, like the individual performance from Simple would be huge. What's really interesting is that in the first half, it was actually a really great team effort from Flipside that landed in the 6 rounds they needed. And then on the second half, it's like they switched it up, and then Simple just took over the whole game. This is nuts. At
that point, it's like clear that Simple has the freedom. Essentially, Flipside are playing 4 men, and then Simple can go wherever he wants with that AWP once he has it. And so he makes it very difficult to judge where is the action going to be happening for Dignitas, because they don't know where he is on the map. They actually have to waste time trying to figure that out unless they go for a set strategy.
Which is exactly like Fnatic would play. Just have JW play on his own, and the rest of the team play as a team. Markolov will only trade once here. Pimp coming in with the dualies, and Simple trying to hide. He's a little bit worried. 2 pistols like that. Scary thought. Bomb is going to go down in front here, and it's a 4v4, but there's not a lot of equipment left on Dignitas. They only have a couple of grenades to try and buy time here. And Simple has just been zoned out.
Completely. But he's on top of this site, though, so if he can find the angles, there it is. Takes a shot, gets spotted. Great flash there to force him back behind the corner, and there it is. World Edit going toe-to-toe. He takes out EIZO, but MSL and Pimp still alive. Simple, only 4 HP, and they just need to not pick. He misses a flick. After what we've seen from Simple, for him to miss a shot like that is a real surprise. That could have made this a winnable round for him. Instead, now, there's just no time left for the defuse. He's about to go boom.
Wow. Pimp escapes as well. I think that was 3 kills with the dualies, so they really paid for themselves this time. And Dignitas going to make it to 12-15. And there's not that much money left on Flipside. They'll be able to make a buy this time. They'll definitely force it up. But then the problem is, if they lose then, if this goes 13-15, then the last 2 rounds from Flipside, no matter how you look at it, are going to be pretty tough. Could be overtime.
Could be overtime. It is possible. Still a very close thing, and there you go. Some decent damage being dealt there through the smoke onto MSL and AC.
Oh, smoke from MSL. I'm wondering where that's going to land.
See, that looked like the connector smoke. So World Edit not even going to be able to peek in here. That's going to allow MSL. And that's the AC actually taking point on that connector push. So he's going to be able to get up here. And he even has a little bit of a gap to work with as well to catch somebody lurking out on that A side if he wants to. So powerful position for him to hold. And the bomb is still kind of hanging around here, but it's on short. It could go either way right now. It could still go up to B, but it could go through connector to A if it wanted to. It still seems like Dignitas are trying to make up their mind, trying to look for that pick. And there you go. Markloff is going to be able to pick up that one. So not going to help. AC on short does not get the return frag.
Both Blade and Markov right now are so low on health. A little bit of luck in Dignitas' favor here, and they're going to be able to be in a great position. And both the low players are actually playing over at B right here, but Markov still finds a kill.
He takes out Pimp.
Yeah, that is such a big result here. This is looking really tough for Dignitas. Flipside, they're just 3 kills away.
Oh, this is going to be big. If Markov could just go for the boost again, he could have seen them walking past in the window there in B Apartments. And there it is. Blade doesn't hit the headshot. Nico finds his instead. And now Markov going to be dancing around on this site. 15 points of health, and he's going to get flanked out from short here if he doesn't stop. But he gets the headshot onto AC, does the damage, and brings it back to a 2-on-2 here. Flipside not too far behind as well for the retake. And look at Simple. Doesn't even wait for his teammate. He just goes charging out. He's so confident in his play, but did he just shoot between his legs?
I think he did. That was incredible. Now there's actually a chance here. 2v2 Simple. Going to be taking down Niku Kjaerbye to pick up 1, and the bomb is planted. Not so well for Kjaerbye, but he still gets the kill, the triple, and there's going to be 13-15. Dignitas fighting hard to try and stay alive in this best of 1. It's also 29 kills on Pimp. He's just 1 away, and Simple still at 34. What a game this has been. What a way to start off a tournament.
And, all right, well, we'll see that in a moment. What was that? Oh, he jerked at the last possible second when he took that shot.
Did he?
He jerked. Ah, there it is. Wait, no, that's when he pulls the trigger. What?
I don't know. That definitely looked like it was going to be a hit.
I don't know what's happening.
Well, now it is an eco round for Flipside. They decided we're going to put it on the last round. I think that's definitely a good idea. Pimp trying to see if he can get out of apps without getting into too much trouble here. Oh, there's a guy jumping up, and I think Pimp didn't notice for a second. His teammates are going to take care of it, though. Blade still alive in sight there. Should be taken out. And a good double kill from MSL means Flipside are definitely going to make it to 14-15 here. Just Markov left.
Ooh. He takes MSL down to 8. I mean, Nico, MSL, both of them very low. But flash, HE combo into connector, and there it is. Kjaerbye gets that peek. So now they know that Markov hasn't changed up his position. Pimp looking to get lucky. Goes for the steps, and Markov hears that. You see him try and turn to address the window threat, but it's not going to be good enough this time. Dignitas with a near perfect round. They're going to be perfectly happy with that. They're going to have everything they need going into this last one. Whereas Flipside, it's going to be a combination play. I mean, M4s across the board, and just a couple of smokes to work with. No kit, no helmets.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they don't have kits is a little bit unfortunate, but I actually think this buy was better than I was expecting. I was trying to do the math in my head, but I think I came up with a little bit less than they actually have, so that is really good news. The smokes are the most important thing here, just trying to pressure the Dignitas team.
But they're going for the smoke execute again. This is so smart by Dignitas. And this is what broke Flipside's back when they managed to pull that off. Markov, though, messes up that HE. That's really unfortunate.
And they're getting the jump down here. Markov to fall. MSL will pick up Simple as well. The heavy hitter here on Flipside. World Edit will at least stop the bomb from going down, but is it going to be quite enough? Kjaerbye will take out World Edit, and now it's on Bondik and Blade. It's a 2v... Well, now it's a 4v1. Bondik, last man standing in. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into overtime here. Flipside just so close to winning it, and then it gets stolen away. Bondic, there is absolutely no way to clutch it the way that Dignitas are playing right now. They're playing so safe, and Pimp will end up getting the last kill, making it to 31, and that's it. What a result.
Yeah, Pimp coming alive in the last couple of rounds that where it really mattered. You got a bit of a discussion going on over on Flipside. Simple doing a lot of talking, in fact.
Yeah, he's saying, hey guys, should I go for the jump AWP to finish this game once again?
I started off strong in the overtime. I mean, why not, right? I mean, you're going to need something flashy to just shut Dignitas down because the sides aren't going to change. Flipside will be staying on the CT side, Dignitas on T side. So I mean, it's going to be more of the same here. I'm really surprised that Flipside weren't able to have more of an impact because that's also a problem when you have just one player doing the majority of the work. If that player doesn't show up for a couple of rounds, say he gets unlucky, gets smoked out of position, or he gets picked off initially, well, that's when you need the rest of your team to step up and start getting kills. And in that last round, Markelov, he's been very consistent getting at least one kill when Dignitas pushed over to that B site. But this round, the key round, he wasn't able to get a single one. So when it really mattered, Flipside weren't able to come through.
No, it was rough, and I mean, you were pointing out as well that the one HE grenade that was being thrown wasn't too good for him. Maybe that could have done a little bit more damage.
Oh, that would have done so much damage. Look at that. That would have been the perfect timing because he spotted them just as they were coming out of the smoke. If he doesn't, well, basically panic and throw that HE in the wall.
But it's actually holding close to the actual balcony over at B is one of the hardest positions to hold. And because if you jump right as they come around the corner and you spot them, great. You just fall back and you play safe. You wait for your teammates. You can fall back to bench, or even better, you can fall back to the sort of the first corner that's right there by the bomb site. So that's all good. But if you, because you're not going to be jumping all the time, you're going to be checking a little bit all over the place. So if you jump in there sort of halfway into the hallways, then you're in trouble. You might, if you try and fall back, they might catch you. So then do you stay or fight? Like, it's really hard. Even at a pro level, it seems like so many people, they panic when they have to make that decision, and then it's kind of all downhill from there.
No, it's true. That's all. I mean, you basically just described what we saw there with Markelov, kind of caught out, not really sure what to do. He just throws this HE haphazardly because he realizes I need to back up fast if I'm going to make it out of here alive. Before I get caught out in the open, essentially. But then the rotation, I mean, basically Simple trying to play clever on the side of that smoke as well. I mean, it's just a really nice, clean smoke round onto that B site as far as Dignitas are concerned. So clearly Dignitas will put some work in on this map because they didn't have these kinds of strats when they played versus Acer. So clearly they have actually taken some time to put some work into Mirage and make things, I mean, give them at least a couple of rounds that they can try and basically make happen with the smokes. So that B site, I mean, they had success with it 2 rounds now in that half. So
look at this. I mean, Blade here just really talking to his teammates, really trying to explain what needs to happen here.
Yeah, a lot of well, you know, Blade, right? If you stand behind him, he's one of those leaders as well who's not afraid to like get on his teammates. Yeah, and there's a lot of there's a lot of words that start with B.
That goes back to yeah, because they're not Polish, right? Otherwise it would have been a K. There's a lot of I mean, this is what Florian has to bring up in his last video. The difference between having someone who's like a tactician in a team and someone who's a leader and someone who will step in and say, look, you guys aren't doing it right. You need to change up. Sort of call out your teammates. Not necessarily always in a bad way, but you do need to get control of the troops, essentially. Bit of an A push or an A execute going to be coming out here from Dignitas with a little bit of noise being made in the middle by Pimp. For the rest of the Dignitas team, they need a strong opening frag here, and look at the counter nades coming out. World edit with the AWP, but there's Molotovs and everything else raining on in. Dignitas, yeah, they're running away. I don't blame them.
They just got annihilated, and look at Simple. Look at Simple. He's just fearless. This could be perfect. He watches them, and he just doesn't he completely messes up the spray. Simple, what are you doing?
Oh no, that was about to be beautiful, and then Markelov didn't realize. He probably just got the call from Simple saying they are at the ramp, they're not there yet, and then Pimp is just a couple of seconds earlier, and he's going to pick up another kill here. World edit to go down, and Bondic, last man standing. I think Markelov, I'm not sure Simple saw Pimp, but even if he did, I think there was some miscommunication there between Simple and the rest of the team, because I don't think Markelov would have been jumping like he did if he knew that Pimp was that far up. So maybe Simple just called out, well, there are 3 people rotating through T-spawn.
And they're at the entrance to it.
They're at the entrance.
is saying, okay, I've got a couple of seconds here to set up something.
Exactly. Yeah, and he saw they were rushing, so Markov actually had a grenade in hand. It makes a lot of sense to try and run up and maybe throw that grenade, catch them as they come around the corner. And then Pimp is there, well, what, 2 or 3 seconds earlier?
Well, you can't do anything about that. That's just basically, it's that unlucky situation. This is MR310K, so now Flipside are in a bit of a grim position here just because they only have 10,000 to work with. Yeah, this is inadmissible. He hits like a bullet. Yeah, you can see Simple. You better be squinting a little bit because, yeah, that's you know how bad that is. The fact that you don't at least kill one when they're running with their knives out.
Big shout out to whoever is working the camera at DreamHack here.
Yeah, that was perfect.
That's exactly the kind of expression that that was needed. He knew that as well. And it can happen to anybody. I mean, Simple's had a completely nuts game here, but that was a crucial slip-up then. And what are we going to see? 16 to 15. And Dignitas is a big round on them for the T side here. MSL, 2 clicks. That's actually just really cool. No crazy spray. He just wanted to get the kill right there. And then just takes a moment and cools down. World did it, missing 2 shots there. And he's going to try and make the cross on over. Really dangerous game, and Nico is actually there to pick it up. That's a big impact kill from Nico, taking out the World Edit, who has one of the 2 orbs playing. And that's the other one lost. Oh, Simple goes down to Pimp. Both the orbs are now gone.
But Markov, nice position from him. However, there's a second man up on short very quickly there. That's MSL to clear up this site. It's going to be down to Blade rotating in. And he gets here just in time, takes the fight straight up with MSL. And that bomb now gets kind of caught on the balcony. There's a good flash in by Blade as well. The problem is that AC is waiting for the reinforcements at this point. He needs some kind of cover. And there you go, spots out Blade, but Blade still finds the headshot. So important there that Blade is actually doing the damage single-handedly, picking every kill up.
That's the round. Like, he can't do anything. 16 seconds left. Blade just has to hide, and it's going to be cool. And Kerry's making a lot of noise here. Blade can't hide now. He's trapped in the corner. Is Kerry going to pick it off? He won't. Blade, what a nice clutcher. 1v3 at the end there. Getting a quad kill overall in the round. That's a huge performance. And the problem is, I mean, actually, I didn't even think there was enough time. But maybe Nico could have waited a little bit for Kerry to get in there. But I thought there was enough time, so maybe he just felt like he had to go for it. Wow.
Yeah, this is smart by AC.
Look at the clock here.
But that's, I mean, this is just individual play by Blade, basically. The fact that he picks up that kill onto AC, that was incredibly important right there. And well, now 16-16 the score. Flipside, they get a second lease on life, essentially. They're going to have enough money to get some rifles on the board because that was also a very expensive round. Had they lost it, they would have been basically in the pits. They wouldn't have had anything to work with this round. Now Flipside can put up a fight. And if they can pick up 2 rounds here on their CT side, it's going to be the first team to 19 rounds. That will win the map. So Flipside, if they can pick up 2 and get up to 17, this would be big for them going into their T side.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's the angle again, Blade.
As AC gets dinked and is down to 9 health. Pretty uncomfortable. They don't have any HE grenades, otherwise this flashbang might have actually been an ET instead, and that would have been AC gone, but they just don't have the money for it. So even though it's better than having just pure pistols, which they would have had, it still is going to hurt them a little bit that they are lacking in some equipment here. And look at how much Dignitas are being allowed to do. This is also, I think, the lack of grenades coming into it. Flipside just holding so loosely on Catwalk, and Dignitas walk right in. Now Simple has to come up big. The spray not connecting, and he's out of bullets. Pimp will take him out, and World Edit will be dropping AC in return, and he's going to run through the smoke. Doesn't want to get caught on the other side. He legs the guy putting down the bomb, and it's going to be 20 seconds now left. No bomb plant happening. World Edit trying to see if he can win this round for his team once again, but he goes down to Kirby with a double kill, and now it's on Bondic. Far away, has to clutch it. 1v2 without a kit and just a couple of grenades. This is such a tough job for him to try and do.
And now he's got the AK to work with, so no more excuse. Maybe he doesn't like the FAMAS, but he could have hit that shot, and that would have been Nico down. Now it's down. This is such a difficult position for Bondic now. So hard for him to win. He has no idea where they're holding from. And in a 1v2 like that with Dignitas holding the proper positions, I mean, even if Nico goes down, he still has no idea where Kirby is because Kirby hasn't shown himself at all. So it's just a nigh impossible situation there for Flipside to come out ahead in. And Dignitas winning their T side. 17 rounds for Dignitas going into their CT side now. It's very feasible that Dignitas are actually the ones to run it back and take this first map.
Can't believe it. A pretty good performance from Nico in the overtime here, as opposed to the regular time when he was almost invisible. He's actually stepped it up in the overtime and done something. Pimp, who cooled off in the second half, has sort of also come alive again. And Simple, on the other hand, did not have the best overtime here. So that means, I mean, there are 2 crucial spray downs that Simple didn't get through, and that cost them a lot here. It's going to be 17-16 now. And the second overtime, or the second half here of the overtime, Dignitas just need 2 more rounds. It's 1st-19 in the overtime. Or it could be double overtime.
And that HE, just because it lands on a step, doesn't do any damage at all to Nico.
Yeah, that's a glitch,
that's
actually.
So dumb.
It has to do with how the damage gets shielded from objects, and sometimes those stairs just completely screw up the game mechanic, essentially.
Like, Nico's standing 1 step up from that, where it goes off, and he's fine. Like, he doesn't take any damage. That's a shame, because that would have been pretty decent. That would have forced Nico to be a little bit more honest when it comes to the peaks. Now he can still go aggressive if he wants to. World Edit still looking into connector right now, but instead it's going to be Pimp up in the, in Whorehouse and AC. Below him in window. They're really doubling up on mid right now, Dignitas. Fresh smoke goes down to block off window, however, so this is looking like...
How much you want to bet that this round is going to come down to Nico being alive with 20 health so that the grenade would have made the difference? Isn't that how it always goes?
That, how much do you want to bet on a barbecue, Anders? Because they still got 4 Molotovs on Flipside.
They do, and they are walking back towards the B-bomb side, which means if they know... Yeah, they do. Look at this. Oh, look. Yeah, the setup from Bondik. This is a Molotov into shadows where MSL... We got to check Bondik real quick. This is really cool. Yeah. No, it fails. That was supposed to be a little bit higher up, I think. MSL now still alive. He goes down to Simple, though. And Nico also got picked off from World Edit. AC trying to play the corner of the smoke will still drop. And now it's on Pimp and Cabri, actually, the last man standing. Completely overrun by Flipside in this round is Dignitas.
Oh, and he makes it out as well. This is big. He wants to get a couple of parting shots, and he's going to not manage to pick up Markov in the end. So what Bondik was doing up in the apartments is really cool, and it's actually not that difficult. There is a spot that you can hold at where you're wedged into a corner. You look at a particular spot on the wall, and even if there's a smoke up, all you have to do is walk out, and then you let go, and then your aim is sort of already in the right spot. Oh, man, this grenade, though. Like, Nico, it goes off at his feet, and he was out of there scot-free. There's another one that's similar in Radio on Nuke, where Scream used to do that a lot. He would line it up against the wall and then, like, walk to the right, and that would line it up perfectly, right? Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of clever ways to pull that off. Just interesting to see Alex to go for that. Nico, though, going to start off strong here, and he takes out Simple. So now Flipside, they're out their best player.
Very important kill here. 17-17. Flipside could technically still win it if they took the next 2 in a row. And it's not uncommon, especially in this MR3 format, that we end up in double overtime. I mean, that's happened a lot in the past.
Yeah. Now it's basically Flipside needed to win this round to force Dignitas into pistol armor, etc. And then they can have a real shot at taking the win here.
Oh, look at this. Molotov,
oh, that's up in there. That's really nice. Pimp is going to be forced to change position.
You kind of wish at that point that the Flipside members who were playing close there were just a little bit further up so that Pimp would walk into them. That's an interesting idea. Now, are they going to think no one's here? Yeah, they do. I think that Molotov actually sort of backfires on them because they assume at that point that, well, if anyone was there, we would have seen him in here. And Pimp walks back just as it fades. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Sort of almost some misinformation being dealt out by the Flipside themselves here.
Well, smoke's going down now. Flipside basically just going to go YOLOing out onto this site. Nico, however, in position to watch balcony. I mean, they're trying to bait out the shot, but AC, Nico, that crossfire just far too powerful, and Nico's going to collect the final frag there. So, Nico, you're right, coming alive so far. 3 frags for him in this round. Slowly but surely, now he's up in the double digits. He's up to 18 kills. Yeah,
he's done really well in this overtime. He actually hit the last shot as well through the box and just had to finish off with a headshot here, but this is a really great overtime for him so far.
And what's crazy is that Simple is up to 38 now. He's nearly dropping a 40 bomb. So just really solid work. Continues to be solid for his team here. Let's see now. Nico, again, this balance. World Edit is looking into connector because Nico's been peeking a lot from connector so far in these rounds when Dignitas have been on CT, which is why World Edit is intent on holding this angle. And if he continues to hold the angle, it looks like they finally traded it up. But it crossed Nico's mind to go for a peek there.
Yeah. You gotta wonder if it was just like an instinctual thing on Nico, or he's like, wait a minute, I've been doing this too much, I'm getting predictable. It's hard to tell, because I mean, when you are predictable, you obviously don't know it. That's like that's part of the problem, right? You're not realizing that you're playing in a pattern, but maybe someone on the other team is. Either way, it's avoided for a second. Simple gonna really check this time. Don't want to lose to Pimp playing inside the ladder room, and it will be just about 50 seconds now on the clock. Bomb all the way back at B. And it feels like maybe it's going to be a V-Execute coming out here.
And MSL now actually in a pretty decent spot.
Yeah. Ooh.
Look at this. He could catch them coming through. Blade has got his AK out, but MSL instant headshot. Perfect. And now and the problem is Bondic isn't going to be able to get in position to get the return on him either.
Oh, and look at where Kjaerbye is. If they try and rush B right now, he is going to be in a strong position, especially as they're going to be looking down in the bomb site where Pimp is running around, making a lot of noise. I mean, they've already heard Pimp running down there, so there's going to be a little bit harder for them to actually check for Kjaerbye.
Do they look right? Flash there. Flashed white, pulls the trigger, does a lot of damage. He's going for the spray on the wall, and he gets it too. Double kill for Kjaerbye, and now he's got support from AC as well. This is now down to Kjaerbye holding on this site, spots the bomb, and that's going to be it. Gets the knife. He's trying for it, but he's not going to get it. Nico gets the kill at the end.
Oh, no. No action for the Burger Chopper, but still working out quite well that round. Overtime victory for Team Dignitas after a really tough battle against Flipside. That is incredible. I mean, what a performance from Simple and from obviously Pimp and AC on the Dignitas side.
Pimp and AC basically are the heroes for Dignitas. It wasn't until much later that we started to see Nico come alive and the rest of them as well. But like Pimp and AC throughout the entire first half, those were the guys who were making it happen for Dignitas and keeping them in the map with straight up just individual play on their part. Like it was just headshots from Pimp, it was headshots from AC. That's what was saving Dignitas the entire time. So when you get into it, it was still a very close match. But one thing that we have to ask in the post-match interview essentially is, like, have you been able to put time into Mirage? Or because we know that this wasn't a strong map for you before.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of sort of questionable plays coming out from Dignitas, and if it wasn't for Pimper and AC doing as much as they did, it would have been over long ago. Man, this game has just a lot going on for it. I feel like we could rewatch this the VOD a couple of times.
You just want to rewatch one round, dude. I know which round you want to watch again.
Is it the one with Simple?
It's not even like a round. It's like 5 second window.
Yeah. I just need the subreddit and HLTV are going to be like filled with
except that
with
dude, it's
gifs.
like, yes guys, it's a cool shot, but it's like astronomically unlikely. So there you go, right? Like just go buy a lottery ticket, Simple, because today's your day.
Sometimes you have to, man. Sometimes you just have to. I feel like they deserve to win the game based on that one round. It's so good. I mean.
Well, it was still overtime. So Flipside are supposed to be a solid team, but maybe that's the other thing is that we're seeing what happens when Flipside don't get the practice that they were talking about. Because Blade in the pre-match interview was saying, we didn't get the best practice because one of our players was stuck on the border. He couldn't actually make it in so we could practice properly. So that might have an impact on their game. A map that they should have won on Mirage, which is a map that they're comfortable on, they go on to lose against a team that shouldn't be, being able to play their best game on that map.
Yeah. Well, we do have the Simple shot, I think, coming up. But the other thing is, I think this also highlights part of the issue of having. This is the other one.
This is the complete opposite.
So this is actually I was just about to say this is the other problem with having a guy like Simple on the team. He's so good when you let him loose and he just runs around and kills everyone. We saw a number of rounds like that. Maybe the big reason why Flipside almost won this game is because he was allowed to do that. But sometimes you wish you could control him, right? You wish you could put the leash back on and say, don't do it. Because what happened in this round is that Flipside were winning it. They shot down Dignitas' the A bomb site, and Dignitas decided to sort of, run back towards B. That's fine. Flipside could have been fine with that. They could have said, well, yeah, run away if you want to. We'll just rotate over to B, and that's it. And Simple, off the leash, decides to say, well, I'm gonna push T-spawn, and then it fails, right? So that sometimes you wish you could just, control him a little bit more.
Well, that's the thing. Well, it's just like it fails, but it fails in such a huge opportunity for him. If he gets even 2 kills, like 1 kill there is good. 2 kills, like they all had their knives out. That's the problem. It's like, yes, he was in a brilliant position, in perfect position. He could have won the round single-handedly there for his team. But some rounds he does it, and some rounds he sprays and just completely misses everything. So consistency again, consistency. That's what we're looking for here.
Speaking of someone who did play fairly consistently, we do have James ready with an interview with Pimp. So take it away, James.
Thank you very much. And as I am here with Pimp from Dignitas, firstly, congratulations. You must be feeling good. We couldn't have asked for a closer match coming into the first game of the day.
No, it was great to start out with a win, and I guess for you spectators, it was fun to watch.
And how did you guys feel? I was standing behind you for a lot of that. It seemed like you were getting quite stressed with how close it was getting. Were you expecting it to be that close?
Well, we expected to win, first of all, and they played really great. And it felt like we didn't really play well in the beginning of the game. We had to come in the game and we had to make a comeback on the T side. it was not what we expected, but at least we managed to pull it off. And in the overtime, we played as we should have played the whole game, and we eventually won the game. So it was great, but a bit sketchy. It could have been better, but I win as win.
So you're saying you're expecting to win. Does that mean that had you prepared less for Flipside, having seen like Fnatic in your group? Had you prepared less for this team?
No, we prepared just as much for Flipside and Fnatic, but we think we are a better team than Flipside, and this is the 4th time we've beaten them now on LAN, so we should keep it that way, and we expect to go out of this group. So there's no need to say that we didn't expect to win, because we did.
What would you say was the key turning point in this match? What was the atmosphere like in TeamSpeak, and like where did it change?
Well, when we were behind 15-12, we all said that we need to calm down now and just take the last 3 rounds, and we did, and we won some close clutch rounds. We won the clutch rounds that we, in the beginning of the game, lost, so that was great, and after the first couple of clutch rounds was won, we started to believe again that we actually could take this game, even despite the fact that we didn't play well, at least not well enough to win in ordinary time. But it felt great, and yeah, we came back, and that's awesome.
So you're saying that you're expecting to get out of the group, which is fair. But do you think you could go ahead and beat Fnatic later on today?
We have a chance, definitely. We played Fnatic 3 days ago, I think, in EIZO, and we got stomped pretty much. But again, that was a game that felt much closer than the score suggested. We actually felt that we were in the game, even despite the fact that we lost 16-8, I think. So if we can win those close clutch situations that we lost in this game, and we lost to Fnatic 3 days ago, I believe that we can take on Fnatic and bring a good game at least, and maybe a win.
Great. Well, we're looking forward to it. Congratulations. We'll see more of you later on. And you guys, we're going to go to a quick break now. But first, we have after the break, Fnatic versus Insomniac, which is one of the BYOC teams who have come through yesterday's BYOC tournament here at DreamHack Open. We'll see you very soon.